the volleyball revolution, the League One volleyball, or LoveB. For many months now, we often ask ourselves what this league is. We find it written everywhere, and we see many of our Italian Championships players who will leave Italy and the others European Championships to head towards this league. Let's see what this league is and what innovations it will bring to the volleyball world. In the world of sports, few things are more fascinating than the creation of a new league, especially if it's destined to change the rules of the game. This is exactly what's happening in the volleyball world with the rise of the League One volleyball, or, as its CEO remarks, should be pronounced as love. But what exactly is this league, and what does it mean for the future of women's volleyball? A new horizon for the American volleyball. For years, the volleyball scene in the United States has been characterized by the lack of a high-level professional league. This gap has prompted many American players to look for opportunities abroad in countries such as Italy and Turkey, where volleyball is an institution and championships offer a high-level competition. However, this situation is going to change radically. The first league that was born is PVF, Pro Volleyball Federation, an American professional league which started this year's winter and is achieving excellent results. But LoveB is going to be the real game changer. This is how LoveB was created. In November 2024, the League One Volleyball made its debut as the first professional women's volleyball league in the United States. Thanks to significant funding, which also includes the support of prominent personalities such as Kevin Durant and Billie Jean King, LoveB has raised about $16.7 million to start the project. The goal is ambitious, to bring the presence of the league in 32 locations, distributed in 17 American states, thus creating a new chapter in the history of volleyball in the country. For those of you who don't know, in America, sport is a full-fledged business. It makes millions of dollars every year, so the United States has always an eye for more ambitious shows. The four main sports in America are the MLB, the NHL, in a partial way in the North States, since it is a fairly winter sport, the NBA, and the NFL. These are the four primary sports. The MLB, which is baseball, is basically the founding fathers of United States' sport. The NBA, which is basketball, is the sport of inclusion between black and white people. Then we have the NFL, which is the sport par excellence of Americans, where there is a real fight, a conquest of the ground, something that is really intrinsic in American culture. And finally, we have the NHL, which is hockey, that, as I said before, is played more in the north side of the country. The United States shifts these sports so that in a calendar year, all four of them can coexist. In the last period, that is about the last 20 years, the MLB is losing a lot of audience, and for several years, there has been a search for a new sport to replace it. It has been really done so much to try to invest in MLS, which is soccer, or football, as you want to call it, that, however, has not attracted that much the American public regarding all the investments that have been provided for it. So, Americans decided to search for another sport to find a sort of substitute, and the identification was to focus on female sports, which attract a lot of audience. But how do you test it? Well, quite simply, starting from the NCAA, or college sports. What they discovered was that women's volleyball and basketball attracted a lot the audience, but was volleyball that had done the most numbers. That's why this sport has been found suitable as the one to replace the MLB. How does the LoveB work? LoveB has an innovative structure. Unlike the traditional leagues, LoveB's clubs do not operate as independent franchises, but are directly managed by the same central organization. The players sign contracts directly with LoveB, which deals with every aspect of their stay in the United States, including housing, travel, and healthcare. So LoveBee's structure was designed as same as the NBA's and all the other American professional leagues. So each player and each staff member will go and sit in a three-way table composed of player, league, and target club. The particular attention to competitiveness. One of the main goals for LoveB is to ensure a competitive balance between teams. For this reason, each team can have at most 4 foreign players, thus helping to maintain a very high level of competitiveness. This approach aims to create a compelling championship in every game and in every exciting and unpredictable match. The launch of the LoveB has already had a significant impact on the international volleyball scene, with multiple players announcing their transfer from the Italian Serie A to the new American League. This has aroused curiosity and interest, but also questions about how the LoveB will evolve over time and whether it will be able to offer its players an experience comparable to the one of the European Championships. Ultimately, what we can pick up is that the PVF, which is the league that has just started, is an open construction site, and it will be the same for the LoveB. What is certain is that the budget is a lot, since the European leagues, especially the Italian one, are really poor. Therefore, money could drastically change what is the zenith of world volleyball, transferring it to the US and no longer in Europe, also because everything that is the old continent, especially Italy, is old. And when innovation comes, the old is wiped out. This is exactly what will happen to the Italian leagues, which, from now to the next years, will lose so many talented players. Another essential thing to consider is that volleyball has a social extraction very different from what is football in the European Championships, since volleyball must be thought of as show, and this is precisely what the LoveB will do. The players, as just said, will be divided by teams to make them all enough competitive, because people want to see a show. The audience is not interested in the jersey, it's interested in the show. That's why all matches must be at the same level and all must be competitive. So, in my opinion, we'll see if this is the case. The LoveB will sweep away what is the competition of the European Championships, bringing finally innovation and, above all, economic stability to a sport that deserves much more than what has so far had with the European leagues. We will see.